you might have a problem or be a regular at the junkyard when they stop you and ask you for LS information for their buddy and their phone numbers, all kinds of shit.
Fucking asking us for our parts and stuff.
Man, I'm not coming back here for at least 3 days. Welcome back to our channel. If you are new, welcome. We are starting to wrap up our Rx7 build, and I am starting on the exhaust. So I will be making the truck manifolds work. I do have a set of C5 Corvette manifolds laying here. That's why we were at my buddy's garage. I was picking them back up. They wouldn't work for Justice. I thought maybe they would work for me. They also will not. I run into my motor mounts with them. So we're gonna make the truck manifolds work, and I'm gonna show you how I'm doing it to get it down and out the car because I'm running into the firewall. The driver's side will clear fine once I get this rubber boot off and the harness tucked up out of the way. But this other side is right into the firewall. I have trimmed it up farther yet, and it's still just not quite enough to sneak back down through here. So I'm gonna add a couple pie cuts in here. I've made pie cuts on the channel before. I'll let you guys go back and go find that. But I already made a few, and this is 2.5 inch exhaust pipe. We're gonna be using 2.5 inch V-bands, and then from there, I'm not sure how we're gonna do it. But my goal for now is to get the exhaust down and underneath of the car. So we're gonna use these pie cuts to make some tight bends. I gotta clean them up with the grinder, and then we'll start tacking them into place and see if we can't turn them and get them to bend just how we need them. When I went to hold my pipes and V-bands up, they didn't fit very nice. Probably because I had 2-inch exhaust pipe, but now I got 2.5. With some pie cuts tacked onto the truck manifold, and I'm going to test fit it. And if it fits good, I'm gonna go ahead and stitch weld all the way around the pie cuts, and then where it comes into the manifold, I will start a little heavier on the manifold side and drag my puddle over, and hopefully I can weld that one in one shot. We'll see how that goes. But after that is complete, we will put our V-band on, and this one will point down to the ground, and we can finish everything from the bottom side. Here it is in the car. It looks absolutely exactly how I wanted it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it back out, and I will get that welded up like I now have the driver's side done also. It's a little bit hard to see, my flashlight died. I did put one pie cut on before the V-band just so it would tip it straight, so I can come straight down rather than at a little bit of an angle and try to fight it. But that is manifolds on the motor. I actually did not expect them to fit at all once I ran into the problem with the passenger side. And I'm actually really impressed at how they turned out. A little bit of time and some craftiness, rolling some pipes to make them fit exactly how you want. You can pretty much bend these exhausts really tight or really up, over, wide, however you want to do it. I cannot wait to get down to the bottom side, but I have to add in a fuel line and move one fuel line still before we can do the bottom exhaust, because I do not want it crossing over anywhere near the exhaust pipes. I need to get that bend up into here so I can run my hoses over and into the intake, and then I will have just stubby little rubber hoses on here just like my G-body. And then we can move on to bleeding our clutch. This is our setup. I still have to get a new bleeder valve. I'm gonna get an 1/8 inch bleeder instead of getting the adapter to the bleeder that I have. The local parts store should have that. I'm not sure what it costs right now, but I will add it in when I get to that. But I'm gonna take a break there. I'm gonna keep a couple of these videos super short, super sweet, super simple, and I'm gonna get a lot of work done in between them. Hopefully we can keep this under a 10 video series. That would be freaking awesome. At least getting it running, driving under its own power. Down to the stop sign and back is my judgment. If you didn't see my budget G-body and Mazda update, the last video that I did, I combined them as one. There wasn't a whole lot going on, but I will put the link to that one in the description. I use the stop sign and back as my judgment on if these things are running decent enough to make a lap around town. And if they make it around town, they're good enough to go across country, if you ask me.